Okay, guys. So now let's continue with the other topics over here. So the next topic is SOC roles and duties, and what I mean to discuss in this SOC role and duties are this. Okay, so this is basically the people component. Okay, this is basically the people component of the SOC environment. So in a SOC role and duties, there are few certain kind of roles that that are there. So the first role is of analyst. Okay, analyst. So their role is basically to kind of investigate and kind of tries any alert and the incident, and also kind of do an incident response capabilities activity task for the SOC team. Okay, for any alert, high severity alert that comes up. Then the other role that is inside the SOC is of threat intel. Okay, threat intel. So what they do is like they collect the info from all over the internet for any technical or strategic advantage of adversary. So let's say there is certain attack that is being planned with the attacker, and they are doing some communication about that on dark web. So threat intel team can kind of what they can do is like they can monitor dark web and figure out, okay, are there any planned attack that is coming to kind of hit our company, and they take appropriate actions on that. Okay, so one of the things that I can say is that in one of the organization I worked for, we were using a tool, and the tool name was, I'll say, let me just recall that. I think it was Recorded Future. Okay, so this is one of the tool that what it does is like it is actually kind of a team of threat intel guys, okay, developed by one of the best agencies in the world. Okay, and what it does, one of the core functionality that this tool does is actually monitors the dark web. And if you take a subscription for this, what it will do is like it will tell you, okay, are there any chatter going on for your organization in any way that that will kind of affect your, that like it will alert you in prior that an alert is kind of going to happen. And there were certain scenarios where we actually got an alert from this tool that we were using, and we were actually able to kind of figure out uh, before the alert hit our company. We took the certain checks, like are we all fine with handling this alert, are we having the proper resource, are we having the proper technology and the process to kind of address this attack that is about to happen to our organization. So this is one tool, maybe you can guys can in a free time can text like how this tool works. So one of the features, as I told, is monitoring dark web. They do checks for all the chattering happening in the dark web, and they alert the company about that. Okay, so let's go. So this is one of the tasks of threat intel guys. So threat intel guys can do the checks online in a manual fashion, and also they can kind of do it by using different kind of tools. Okay, so now the other component of these people is engineering and infrastructure. So their role is actually to kind of design the setup of the SOC. Okay, how the SOC will look like, how many resources will be there, what are the tasks that every person will do, and also manage the infrastructure, like manage the technology, manage the tool that we use, like maintaining the licenses of the tool, keeping the tool updated. So this all thing will be again kind of be the task of the engineering and infrastructure department of any SOC. Okay, so the other thing we can also implement is like we can also in the same engineering and infrastructure we can have system administrator. So again their work will be kind of same, is to kind of maintain, care and upkeep the SOC tools that the SOC team is using, keep them patched, keep them latest, provide latest technology uh, uh, to the team. Okay, so this is one. Now, the other component that every SOC environment will definitely have is kind of a manager. Okay, so it is, so the work of manager is actually to in an overall view is that the manager role is to kind of prioritize the work that needs to be done, and also the other thing, the manager role is to communicate the stuff that the SOC team is doing in a better way to the higher leadership. and make them aware about the risk, about the good work that the team is doing, who is doing, and then also kind of addressing the certain concern about the SOC team. Let's say the people of the SOC are burned out because of the huge number of alerts. So the manager role will be to kind of also notify that leadership so they can kind of take appropriate action in timely manner to kind of reduce that the amount of alerts going out to the SOC team. Okay, and then there will be another component uh, to the people section is incident lead. Okay, so the incident lead will again kind of what it will do is like it is something between the analyst and the manager. So the incident lead is something that it provides all the data needed to the manager. So manager don't need to kind of communicate with all the 5 people for any incident. They have one single point of contact and they get all the data from that one specific incident lead, and they provide that answers to the higher leadership. Okay, so the lead task is basically not to kind of do the deep level work. Let's say there's a forensic needed, they don't do the actual core forensic work, but they ask the analyst to do that, and they also ask the analyst to kind of uh, document the stuff. So one of the so there is two interesting tips I would kind of give, which I have learned from the incident lead perspective, is that the incident lead has one of the two important tasks is that they assign the task. Let's say there has been an incident, so the incident lead should come up with a list of tasks that he or she wants the analyst to kind of complete. So he or she should be good at kind of figuring out what are the important tasks, what is their priority, and distributing them to the resources available. Okay. And the other thing is that the communication. So incident lead should also kind of be a better communicator. He should kind of document, he or she should kind of document the work that has been done by the analyst and provide it to the management and leaders, highlights it. So one of the things that I learned in my career is that, let's say there are 5 tasks for an incident, where one of the tasks is kind of performing the window forensics of an window system. So one of the things that, and if let's say incident lead has given that task to the analyst to do, so analyst might come up with certain question. Let's say what things needs to be checked at for window forensics. Okay, so it is not always possible for an incident lead to guide the analyst. Okay, like these are the things that you should check it at every incident. So one of the things that an incident analyst can do, they can tell the analyst that we trust how you do the work, we trust your work, you need to kind of figure out how you need to complete that task. Okay, so the analyst would kind of so in certain scenario, in real scenario, what happened is that the incident lead won't have time to teach every analyst how to do their work. So incident leads will kind of delegate the task to the analyst itself. They should trust the analyst, they should ask the analyst that we trust their work, and the analyst needs to kind of figure out what task needs to be done. And again, other thing that incident lead can kind of figure out to help them is that, rather than kind of investing the whole effort in kind of working with all of the, let's say all the 5 analysts and kind of then documenting the stuff, they can even ask the analyst itself that, okay, you complete the task, let's say the window forensics, and you come up and you share with me a proper document of the stuff that you did. Okay, so rather than incident lead spending time and doing documenting the work, they can ask the analyst itself that you complete the task and also document your finding in a better way, so that I can easily just forward that communication, your documentation, to the higher leadership. Okay, so these are some of the decisions that an incident lead needs to take during an ongoing investigation to reduce the workload, that because they need to kind of, because they are basically pretty occupied, they need to work with